especially the Fuchsia. Whenever we talk about lichens, it is very important to mention here that lichens are the indicators of pollution. Lichens are particularly sensitive to aerial pollutants and especially to the sulfur dioxide. The photobiont appears to be generally more sensitive than the mycobiont. The disappearance of the lichens from the centers of urban and industrial areas was first recognized by Nylander in 1866, who had already correlated this phenomenon with the aerial pollution. So, in the areas where there is more sulfur dioxide, there will be less species of lichens, because different lichens show a differential sensitivity to sulfur dioxide. The presence or absence of key species can be used as an index of the level of air pollution. So some species are very sensitive to sulfur dioxide and few species are tolerant to the sulfur dioxide. The most sulfur dioxide tolerant lichen is Lecanora, and it may have evolved in sulfur dioxide polluted areas and went on to the Northern Europe's more abundant lichens by the 1950s. So where there is more sulfur dioxide, especially in the Northern European areas, there will be more Lecanora species. This indicates that this species is more tolerant to the air pollutants, particularly sulfur dioxide. So this lichen may actually require evolved sulfur dioxide levels for their good growth. This is all about the lichens as pollution indicator. Now moving towards the other features of lichens which are very beneficial to the ecosystem and mankind. Besides their role as pollution indicator, lichens are the pioneers of the succession that establishes a terrestrial ecosystem. They are the primary invaders of a terrestrial ecosystem. They secrete lichen acids and helps in weathering of the rocks, which provide suitable environment for the growth of plants. Blue-green algae in lichen association helps in nitrogen fixation. We have already studied the detailed account on the nitrogen fixation by the blue-green algae in our course Diversity of Plants. Some species of Usnea produce inflammable compounds, that is, these are those compounds that can easily catch fire. So they cause forest fire. Many species contain carbohydrates which make them valuable source of food, for example Cladonia species. These species are commonly known as reindeer moss and they serve as a food for reindeers and other wild animals. Lichens are also used in various commercial products, for example dyeing of silk and wool, and these are also used in making of litmus as acid or base indicator. They are also used in essential oils, soap and perfumes. Lichens are also used in tanning of leather. They are used in fermentation industry for the formation of several kinds of beer. Many commercial compounds are found in the lichens thalli, which have medicinal value and are helpful in curing various diseases. For example, usnic acid. It is produced by a number of lichen species and this acid is used in preparation of antibacterial creams. Peltigera species is used to cure dog bites. Some lichens are used in preparation of anti-cancerous drugs. They are also used to cure tuberculosis and other pulmonary diseases. Certain lichens also contain substances that are toxic in nature. So this is all about the significance of the lichens. Thank you very much. For further reading, you may consult the book Introduction to Fungi by Webster and Weber. Thank you very much.